Sharp Labradoodle puppy teeth. How do you deal with those? That's something we're going to talk about in today's video. We are also going to talk about the weaning process for puppies and how to do that naturally and successfully for the puppy. And we're also going to give you an update on each of these little Labradoodle puppies. This is our week 4 litter update for our triple play litter from Van Isle Labradoodles. Hi, I'm Claire, and these puppies moved into their new location. They now have more room to spread out and start developing their muscles and their coordination. And now you'll see we have some bricks here, and you might wonder, how come there's bricks with puppies? Well, they're actually here for Mama Labradoodle Jojo. Jojo likes to dig things up and rearrange things. If you'll remember from when these puppies were little, you saw lots of pictures on Facebook where Jojo had very artfully arranged things so the puppies were all rolled up and hidden in the various blankets and towels and rugs that we had out for her. Jojo really likes to decorate her living quarters where her puppies are being raised. So the bricks keep the pee pads in place. And now you'll see we have pee pads everywhere, wall to wall right now. And that's because we're just working again with your puppy's natural instincts to start to learn that you don't pee right near where you sleep, you move further away. And you'll see that there are pees right near the bed here. And that's because these puppies are still just in the very beginning stage of learning where to go pee. So we leave these here mostly because we want to encourage them to pee not in the bed that they're sleeping in, but also so this area becomes one that is already soiled and they'll move a little bit farther away. And then in time, all on their own, they'll start to move further and further away. And once we move them again, because we will move them from this area to an even bigger spot and closer to the doggy door, then we'll start to reduce the number of pee pads that are available to them. That way, by then they'll already have figured out, oh yes, I need to go over here to go to the bathroom. I don't go right around here where I eat and I sleep. Now, talking about nutrition, what is happening for these puppies? Well, the weaning process has begun. So what's involved when a puppy is weaned, and how do we do that? What role does a breeder play in weaning the puppy? What we want to look for is signs that the puppies are finding that they're not getting enough nutrition from mom. That they're at the milk bar, they've emptied the milk bar, and now the puppies are wandering around, they're restless, and they're showing us that, you know what, my tummy doesn't feel full. So that's our first indication, because our mama dogs will automatically on their own, just naturally, thanks to basic instincts, know that, okay, it's time for me to stop producing as much milk and start to get these puppies to become independent. And when that happens, the puppies then show us by telling us that they're still hungry, even though they've nursed and drained the milk bar. So the first nutrition that we give to the puppies that's not from mom is really simple. It depends partly on what age the puppies are. They need to have some teeth in place, and you can see here that yellow collar is chewing on my finger, and I can tell you that there are teeth in there. Lots of them are just nubs, but there are teeth developing. So when they only have their little bit of nubs of their teeth, when they're just starting to come through, we start them off on something that's soft and a little bit sticky, because puppies don't naturally know how to lap. It's a skill they have to learn. So when we prepare their food for them, we want it to be a bit sticky so that when they do get their tongue in there, it will stick on their tongue and it will get in their mouth and they'll make the connection. Oh, the stuff in there is food. Because of course they have no idea. There's been nobody to tell them about that. So the first mixture of solid food that we make is plain rice pablum mixed with goat's milk and some pumpkin. Now, we're really fortunate. We have a wonderful chiropractor who is in our area, and she lives on a farm that raises goats and chickens and lamb. And so she milks the goats in the morning, and we are able to be the beneficiaries of that beautiful, raw, natural, 100% organic goat milk. So how come goat milk? Why don't we just go to the store and buy regular milk? Well, the reason is the goat milk is very easy for the puppies to digest. In its composition is most similar to a mama dog's milk. Cow milk is very difficult for dogs to digest, and it can actually strip out all of their B vitamins. So that is not an option for puppies. But the goat milk, very easy to digest, it's palatable. Because we have a nice raw natural product, it's nice and high in fat, so they're getting really excellent nutrition from the product. And then the rice pablum that we use, we just put that in to provide some stickiness. That's what makes it a little thicker, more like a paste, and makes it easy for them to lap up. And the pumpkin, that's plain tinned organic pumpkin, that is in there because pumpkin is a natural tummy soother. It helps the puppies transition from mom's milk over to regular solid food. We don't want them to have digestive upset because you can imagine when you're this tiny, if you happen to have diarrhea, it can be just very quick before you're dehydrated. And you don't want to have a puppy who's constipated either. So that's why we give them what we do and what it's made of. Now, what we're going to continue to do is monitor their tooth development. So that's the next thing that we're going to talk about today. How do we deal with those sharp puppy teeth? And you might not be able to see, but I have a little scratch on my foot here yesterday. I was with the celebration puppies. They're 5 weeks old, and one of the puppies was chewing on my ankle there. And I have several little small bruises all over me from their sharp teeth. When I did their video, which I encourage you to watch as there's quite a lot of useful information in there. When I did their video, I kept my shoes on because their teeth are so sharp that owie, 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 my feet would be far too, they would hurt too much with the puppies biting them all the time. These guys just have their little nubs. Once they get a few more of their teeth through, then we will switch them over to the raw food and we'll take them off of the pablum. We'll still give them some goat milk. With the goat milk, we warm it up for them because they're still not used to eating food directly out of the refrigerator. So we warm it up and mix it together. And when we first give them the frozen raw food, then we will stir some of the goat milk in there again to make the transition easier and more natural for them. So now with those baby teeth coming in, puppies' teeth are like piranhas. They are sharp, they hurt, and puppies bite everything. Now, why do puppies bite everything? Why does everything go in a puppy's mouth? It's because they're teething. They're trying to soothe their teething pain, and they're also working at getting those teeth to come through. So how do we manage that? How do we deal with the fact that puppies want to bite and chew everything? Well, the first thing we want to do is allow the puppies to put our hands or our feet into their mouths. They need to learn the texture of your skin. The texture of my skin is not the same as yours. So when you take your Van Isle Labradoodle puppy home, you're going to allow them to mouth you to a degree. Now, I'm not saying you put your hand in and they're going to bite and draw blood. They're not going to do that. But you do want to let them have your hand in their mouths so that they recognize that's your skin. Because what you're going to be learning with your puppy, you're going to learn this together, like you learn everything with your puppy, is that skin is for putting into your mouth if you're the puppy, and toys and other things are okay. So that's step one. You let your puppy learn what your skin texture is like. Then from there, you're going to start to tell them when they're chewing or biting on something that's not appropriate. Now, one thing that puppies do a lot is they bite your pants. They go like this when you're walking. They're always biting and pulling on your pants. Sometimes when we have the puppies and we're taking them out as a group and we're taking them outside, it's really hard to walk because you'll have all of them tugging on your pants. So what are they doing? Do they think your pants are toys? What's up with that? So again, what they're doing is they're trying to learn what the texture is. Now, if they were with their litter mates, right now they're not giving you a good example because they're all zonked out. But when they want to initiate play, what a puppy does is they come and they go like this to each other. And they go like, come on, let's play. Come on, wake up, let's play. And they give each other little nips like this. And what happens when a puppy bites too hard on another puppy, the puppy goes, ow! They make a big scream. They sometimes make a really loud scream. And that's how puppies learn, oh, okay, I did that too rough. That was too much. Now I don't have someone to play with. So they're biting on your pants to initiate play. So the first response you're going to have anytime that your puppy is biting on you or your clothing is, ow, ow, sharp like that. So they learn. You want to sound like a puppy. You want to make it clear that, ow, that hurts. Of course, they don't speak English and don't know what ow means, but they get it from the inflection and the tone of your voice. Excuse me. So that's step one. The other thing, which is hard, I find it challenging, and if you're young, if you're a child, it's really challenging. If when they're tugging at your pants or your sleeve, they happen to get your skin, what you want to do is not go like that. It's okay to go because they recognize that sound, but you try not to make that movement really fast. So if I happen to be playing with Orange Collar here and he got me and he was tugging on my sleeve and he bit me, rather than me going, ow, what you would ideally do is go, after you made your ow sound, and then redirect to something appropriate, whatever toy you happen to have. That's a really difficult thing to do. I've been doing this for 42 years, and I can tell you when a puppy bites me, there are many more times when I go and do a quick movement as opposed to remembering, oh yes, I have to try and be slow. But the main takeaway here is when your puppy is pulling on your pants, pulling on your sleeves, your puppy is saying, hey, come on, I want to play. And when they do that, you need to engage with them and play with them. That doesn't mean you take a toy and throw it on the floor and say, okay, here you go. That's your cue to get down, sit on the floor like I am doing right now, get that toy and play with your puppy. Pretend you're another puppy. Another key thing here is make sure you have lots of play dates set up. When puppies go home, they've been used to all their lives living with their litter mates. First of all, they are all offering comfort like this, where they have a warm body to sleep with, and they also were built-in friends to play with. So when your puppy goes home and they're the only dog, assuming you don't have another dog, that's kind of boring. They don't have anybody to play with. So you need to be their playmate and set up play dates. Now, our Van Isle Labradoodle community is a really nice, vibrant one. We have people spread all over the place, whether you're on Vancouver Island, you're in Vancouver, you're in Burnaby, you're in Calgary, you're in Edmonton. If you're in Toronto, Ottawa, if you're in the United States, chances are you're going to find a good group of other Van Isle Doodle puppies quite near to you. So you can reach out on the community Facebook page and say, hey, I live in and I'm getting a puppy from, and I'm looking for some play dates. Now, we'll also help connect you with people so we know who's in your general area, who has a puppy who's around the same age, or who has a dog that's older, that's small, and really likes to play with puppies. And you just set up some play dates. They don't have to be long. They only could be like 15, 20 minutes. You can have an afternoon together if you like. You can go for a short walk together or just get together in the backyard. Just let your puppy hang out with another dog. This is also going to be something that you do at your puppy socialization classes, where your puppies will see other puppies, they'll play, and that will also help to fill that role. So key thing to remember, understand what they're doing. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to rip your pants or your shirt. They're saying to you, come on, let's play. I want to have fun. And it's up to you then to figure out how to play with your puppy. So what are you going to do if your puppy really wants to play and you have something going on and you just can't play at that time? That's where the only time where I suggest you try to work in a bit of a schedule. So for instance, today I had a Zoom meeting at 9:30 this morning. I have another one at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So I know during those two times, I'm not going to be able to interact with my puppy. I can't get down on the floor and play with them. So that means I'm going to structure the schedule for my puppy around those two things. So in the morning, I'm going to get up, they're going to have breakfast, we're going to do a really big play, we're going to have lots of fun together, so that by the time 9:30 rolls around, this is what you get. They're sleeping, they're quiet, they're quite happy to have you talk away on Zoom and not interact with you. And then later on this afternoon for the 5 o'clock one, at about 4 o'clock, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wake my puppy up, I'm going to take them out, I'm going to play. So at 5 o'clock, they're conked out like this. That's it. Otherwise, it's really hard to schedule a puppy. We've had a few families who've tried. They've had whiteboards, and it's not been successful. It just simply doesn't work that way. You need to be able to be fairly flexible when you have a young puppy. But it's easy. When you have something going on in your workday like that, just plan ahead. The puppies only need about 30 minutes of activity before they're going to conk out at this age. And of course, if you have a child or you have a friend, nobody ever minds being asked to do puppy care duty. Come over and entertain your puppy while you're on your important call or on your Zoom meeting. So those are the key things for taking your puppy home and bite inhibition. And one final thing. Puppies, dogs do not learn true bite inhibition until they're 6 months old. That's when their adult teeth will come in. So don't feel like you're struggling or you're not being successful with getting your puppy to manage their biting until they're over 6 months old. It's just a fact of life. There's nothing you can do to change it. What you want to do is just learn to manage it, have the appropriate toys, have the appropriate responses, and offer them the appropriate outlets to manage that energy. So you can tell the kids are, like wild creatures here. Clearly they've settled into their space really readily. There wasn't a single upset when we moved them. They came in, they went straight to sleep. They were just like, oh yeah. It was like they've always been here. They are completely fine with the two other litters who are in here with them. So the pot of gold puppies are 8.5 weeks old now. They are going home this weekend. They're in and out the doggy door. That provides wonderful desensitization for these puppies. So your puppy is always hearing that door flapping open and closing. They're hearing those puppies growling and playing and barking and having a great time. So really good desensitization and getting your puppy accustomed to other dog sounds. Cayenne's puppies are 5 weeks old. They are in the process of having a more strict weaning schedule, and we'll talk about that a bit more as time goes on. But they are limited to how much time they get to see mom right now. So whenever an adult dog comes in, they're, oh, is it my mom? Is it my mom? Do we get the milk bar? They're all eating raw food. None of them are hungry by any means, but it's that comfort from being at the milk bar that they're seeking. And so that takes a few days for puppies to get used to. It's a big switch from going from having mom to not having mom, or having mom on a limited basis. So we do take our time to introduce that. However, as we're doing that, just like when we do initial crate training, there's always some protests. So the puppies are hearing that as well, and they are completely fine with that. Nothing bothers these guys. They're a very comfortable group of puppies, very much like Mama Jojo. Very nice, calm, accepting, placid nature, but full of fun and full of mischief. The only one who is talking a lot right now is Mr. Orange Collar, and even as the week has gone on, he's become quite a bit more quiet. But at first, he had quite a lot to say when we were first introducing the solid food. If Jojo wasn't here, he would have quite a few protests. But he's gotten over that now and carried on. So now we're going to go through our regular puppy update. We're going to give you an update on their weights and tell you where everybody is at. And as always, we're going to do that in birth order. So I hope they won't be too lively here. I'm not sure if I can control them all. So first is Pink Collar Girl. Hello, sweet girl. Pink Collar is our apricot tuxedo girl. You're going to see all the puppies have a little bit of a dirty face. They all have some icky cuckoo on their paws, and that's because they are walking through their food. They are not too tidy as they eat yet, so they are a little bit messy while they learn to negotiate solid food. Oh, and it's just too much for Pink. She can't stay awake for her performance. Miss Pink is currently 1.47 kilograms. Really nice weight. This is a real sweet little puppy. She's the one you often see me taking pictures of because she's forever providing lots of photo ops with her interesting sleeping positions. You can tell she is a particularly confident puppy, very trusting. She's always upside down. Nothing phases her in the least. Next we have Mr. Blue Collar. And Mr. Blue Collar is over here. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hey, sweetie. Come here, buddy. Oof. Now we can be a little less gentle when we get them to come over because they're used to being handled all the time. Hi. Hi. Did I wake you up? Hi. Mr. Blue Collar has the prettiest colors. He's a handsome looking guy. And he is 1.89 kilograms. He is the bruiser in this group. He is a solid guy. He definitely has no problem getting his groceries. And he too is so exhausted that he can barely stay awake. Then we have Orange Collar. Orange Collar is 1.68 kilograms. And he's right over here. He's our little flashy guy, our only black puppy. And we'll just say hi. Hi, buddy. Well, you got a big piece of food hanging off of your paw there. Hi, do you say hi to everybody? Hey, let's see if we can get that. No, this one doesn't want to come off. I'm not going to pull too hard. What we'll do is give them a bath. We'll probably give them a little foot bath. Sometimes when it gets stuck like that, we just clip it off. They do get their nails cut regularly. Their feet are handled all the time to desensitize them from that. So when we do their nails, then we just take our scissors and clip any hard spots like that off of them. Because yeah, it'll grow back right away. Yes. Then we have Red Collar. Red Collar's clearly thinking that the brick is a really great place to lay his head. Hi, handsome. Mr. Red Collar is the pretty red boy. And you can see he's lightening up. So I think he's probably going to be an apricot as opposed to a red. You can see that underneath there, his color is a little bit more of the apricot, whereas on his head, he has that really dark color. And even just up with his front paws, you can see the contrast there. And Mr. Red is 1.41 kilograms. Yeah, that's what you are. That's what you are. Next, we have Mr. Green Collar. Mr. Green Collar is over here. He's our little dilute guy. Hey, sweetie. We'll just get him. And Mr. Green is still the smallest puppy in the litter. Here we go, handsome. Hi. Hi. Did I wake you up? He's going to look just like Mama Jojo. Oh, maybe even prettier. Oh, no, not prettier, but more handsome. And Mr. Green's 1.24 kilograms. Yeah, you're just a little tiny thing, aren't you? Just a little wisp of a fellow. This guy's a real doll. He's just the sweetest little thing. He does not let his size bother him at all. He is fully a participant in all activities. And he and Pink tend to be very best friends. Usually we see them sleeping together. Then we have Yellow Collar Boy over here. Hi, or girl rather, sorry. You're the other girl. Get so used to all these boys that I forget we have another girl. She's our pretty chocolate phantom. Hello. Hi. And she is 1.56 kilograms. She's another good sized girl, nice and solid. Again, having no issues, making sure that she gets all the nutrition she needs to thrive. Oh, and look at, I can make her foot go already. That was fun, Miss Yellow. And last but not least, we have our Silver Collar Boy. And Silver Collar Boy, you can see Orange here, he thinks he should have a milk bar, so he's trying to nurse off of his brothers there. So we just moved him away because probably his brother doesn't really want to be sucked on. You never know. Here comes Silver. Hi. Silver is just like Yellow. He is a beautiful chocolate phantom, and he is 1.71 kilograms. So he's pretty close to Mr. Blue. Yes, you are. You're pretty close. Beautiful, nice, solid body. Very lab-like puppies, which is, of course, what we always aim for with the Australian Labradoodle. So we hope you enjoyed all the information today. If you have time and can comment, as always, that's gold for us. We so appreciate when you can do that. If you're getting a puppy from this litter, I really encourage you to watch the week 5 update for the celebration puppies. We talk a lot about vaccinations, flea and tick and worming in that video, so I'm sure you'll find some useful information. And if you're not on this litter and just want to tell me something about Labradoodles, your puppy doesn't have to be a Labradoodle, make any comments, answer any questions. I'd love to talk to you and get to know you a little bit better through our YouTube comments. And if you're busy and don't have time to do that, then just a thumbs up would be really appreciated as well. And if you have anything you would like us to cover in videos, go ahead and tell us. If we can work it into our schedule, we're more than happy to deal with any topics that you feel that you would like to know a little bit more about. So that's the update for week 4 for the Triple Play Mini Labradoodle puppies. And we hope you'll join us all again for their next update. And thank you so much for joining us today.